So you're going to take your hands and start rubbing them. And as you rub your hands, look at your hands and just notice the texture and the shape of your hands. Just notice how you habitually rub your hands. And you want to just generate heat and allow this rubbing to kind of get into your body. So allow your bones to be affected as you're rubbing and you're pressing one hand into another. Just feel the friction. You're generating heat. You're generating heat. And it's kind of like if you allow it, it can move into your chest. And it will even move into your feet if you just notice. And then open up, expand your hands, and just feel the little buzz between the hands. Just a little bit of a buzz between the hands. And from there, put your hands on your eyes for a second. And just allow your eyes to rest in the eye sockets. There's nothing to see. Just a little bit of a rest. And then from there, you're going to move the hands into the ears and just cover your ears. And then you're going to open up your hands and just kind of make little noises away from your ears and again towards your ears. And just notice the sound. And the next thing, just start to rub your scalp. And the rubbing of the skull is kind of like just move the skin around the skull. So go all around your head. Just move it up and down so you can feel the skin of your skull moving around. Move it around your ears. Move it around the temples. And then take your fingertips and very heavy drops, like raindrops, just knocking at the top of your head like you're breaking an egg. And tap with the heavy fingertips all around the head. And then on this little knobby points. And then allow yourself to grab your neck and just give yourself squeezes at the trap. Just squeeze your traps, your neck a little bit. Squeeze your neck. And then you can bring your hands like this up and just give yourself traction up if someone just came up behind you and kind of pulled you up. And then just sit a little bit down with your body. So there's a little bit of a traction in your spine. And then open up your hands and close your eyes for a second, just for a second, and just notice the sounds around you, different sounds. Notice the environment around us. Notice if you can sense the direction of the sound. And just allow your ears to be receptive, just to take the sound in and inside. And when you open your eyes out, just open them receptively, as if something is just coming in to your eyes. So keep them wide and open and receptive. And from that place, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take, I'm gonna show you, and then we're gonna do it. It's very simple. We're gonna go one, close, one, close, one, close, one, close. And our eyes are going to be wide. And they'll be on the horizon. So we'll go very slow. 1 and close. 2 and close. 3 and close. And 4 and close. And then the other way. The other way. 1, 2, 3. Keeping the eyes open and the ears open. 4. And then again, the other way. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the other way. 2, 3, 4. And now a little faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Keeping the eyes open. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And here, just stand for a second. You can close your eyes if you want. And just notice the swirling. So we stop moving, but just notice the movement that's happening when you're not moving. Just breathe. Yeah, your rate is up. Notice the little small dance that happens when we just stand still and the gravity is pulling us down, and our body, our musculature, our muscles, our bones are trying to balance our weight up. So now just flutter your eyes open if they're not, and we're gonna bring the hands up and we'll do a little bit of slow kind of stretchy choreography part of it and bring it down. And we're gonna plie, we're gonna go up and we're gonna go down. We're gonna look up and we're gonna look down. And we're gonna look up and we're gonna go down. And we're gonna look over one shoulder and look over the next shoulder. And look over one shoulder. Allow your knees to bend a little bit and soften and track forward. And then I want you to, as you're looking, track your hand with your gaze and walk around yourself just like we did, but in a free way. So as I'm looking, allow your hands to follow your eyes. So just a few more times. Just trace the pathway. And again, and then switch into the pathway where your eyes are following your hands. So your hands and your eyes. You're looking at your hand as you move the hand. So it could be any circle, any spiral. And then switch again. So the eyes are leading and the hand is following the eyes, like a bird flying. So your face is the beginning of the bird, and your shoulder blades, your hands are the wings. So, and then drop that, shake it off, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so now we're just gonna do this little warm up. And so first I'm gonna show it, and then we're gonna do it. And we're gonna do it slow, and then we're gonna do it a little faster later. First, we're just going to inhale, I'm just showing it. And then we're gonna drop our hands down and bend our knees. And I'm going to snake up, look up, and I'm going to roll back. My hands shall float up to shoulder wide. I'm gonna tip my hands and go about halfway. And then I'm gonna exhale and bring everything up. I'm going to releve to go up. And then slowly that will go down. My hands will go down. So we're gonna do it on the count of 8, but slow. So we're gonna inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Great. And now step on one leg. We're just gonna do the balance here. Just one leg, easy balance. Just kind of, and then we'll step wide again. We'll do another leg. Just find easy hips. Just very easy, nothing to prove. If you need to sneeze, you should sneeze. That's easy. That's okay. You can do this. Okay, and again, let's do this thing. We're going to inhale the hands. I'm going to stop counting, but you kind of got the timing. We're going to drop down. We're going to inhale, look up, exhale, roll up, inhale, and exhale, and then drop and open the hands. And we can bring them down and just hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, and down. And then we're gonna shake a little bit. We just shake it out. Shaking is really good for getting everything out. So just shake. You can kind of do this, kind of push what you're doing is good. Yes. And then you can drop the whole thing. Just drop. And again, you can press the feet away from the ground and just soften the knees and just close your eyes and just feel what's left from the shaking. And then let's see. So what I want to do now is part 2 of this warm-up. We're going to do our usual inhaling, exhaling, this, la la, ta-da, up. And then we're going to go into this, we'll roll up. We're going to change the feet. We're going to roll up. Okay? Okay. So let's go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. We drop and we open and we go down. And then we roll our head down, bend one knee, one hand tracks up. You follow the hand, and then you shift. The other knee bends. You look up, and then bend the other knee and roll up. Questions? Down? Hi. Hi. Okay. Let's do it again. So, and one more little part to that. Once we roll up, we're gonna roll back up. We're going to go to our hands and just test the weight, and then we're going to roll up. We're going to just be little creatures for a second. Just be a little creature. You can do whatever you want for 8 counts, and then you're gonna come up and you're gonna roll back up. Is that clear? Okay. One. We're gonna inhale, and we're going to drip the hands down. Gonna inhale, easy. Exhale. We're going to drop. And here I just push the air down. And then we're gonna come down and roll. Then bend the one knee. The opposite hand comes up. You travel together towards the sunset. And then the other hand floats up. You look at the other hand. You drop the other knee. Bend the knee and roll forward. And here you roll and back up. Down, I'm sorry. Bend your knees and then test your weight. Just go between your hands and feet. Just a little bit. You can kind of, if you want, you can just, and then come into a little plank and just stand on the plank. And then here you can just kind of shift your weight from right to left a little bit. Just be a little creature. Yeah. And then from there, come back and roll slowly, one vertebra at a time. Okay. So here, I want to do this on a little bit like a dancey thing where we're going to follow our hands for 8 counts one way, for 8 counts the other way. Could be any path you want. It could be around yourself, it could be here, whatever. And then we're going to do this thing. We're just going to do it quickly. Okay? We connect it all together. Okay. So I don't have the music, but basically, let's start. And one, two, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. uh, okay, so okay, shake it out again. Shake it out. Let's do this. Bring your hands up and just feel your height. Feel how high you are, and then bring them wide and just feel how wide you are. Feel the architecture of your body. And then you kind of can go between those two a few times and just bend the knees softly. Yeah, yeah, good. Yeah, and just, yeah, good. Okay, so we're gonna start. So it will go, your hands will follow your eyes for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then inhale, drop in, come up a little bit. Exhale, roll up, wide, halfway, and drop, and releve. Yeah, okay. And we're gonna come down. We're going to roll. One knee will soften. Inhale, track, and the other side, roll up. And then you're going to roll back down, shift the weight a few times between the head and the tail, and then come into plank. And here you can do for 8 anything you want, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then roll back slowly. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Great. And okay, now that we are warm, I want us to again look at our hands. And just so one hand, decide which hand you want to, with the dominant hand. And one hand is just exploring the other. So you're just looking at your hands and you look at the little joints, and one hand is touching the other. So you just kind of, you know, seeing what your hand can do. How many options do you have in your joints, right? So this is movement research. This is a different thing than a dance type thing. It's where you discover, it's just kind of a research thing. And then switch the hand that is dominant and continue to explore wrists. Just notice the range of motion in your wrist. And just touch the wrists. And you can keep switching. Only you know which hand is dominant, but explore the fascia right under the skin. It's connective tissue. And keep going towards the elbow. And notice how one hand feels while touching the other hand. So it's very sensual, internal kind of thing. And you can start exploring, how does your elbow bend, right? You can start exploring. There is no right or wrong. I can move in space. I don't have to be, I'm not connected to this spot, or I don't have to face anyone. But really try to figure out, how does your elbow, wrist, and joints of the fingers connect to each other? And and then kind of start going into shoulders, and you can get yourself a hug. You can, figure out where is that connection, the circular connection. You can kind of guide the hand, create a little dance from that. And here it's just like, I don't really care if someone's looking at me. So it's not about aesthetics. It's not about being beautiful. It's more like you figuring out your function. So how much can you move your hand? So just a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. And notice that the elbows are actually the joints that take your arm away and towards the body. So play with that. And notice that when you want to grab something, your whole body follows the hand. At first, you probably use your eyes, and then other senses, and then you use your arms, most people. So just play with that. This is kind of like a research part of the class. Play with just exploring the spirals in the bones. So all the bones are spirals, and they spiral. So just notice if you can feel that. Um, just a little longer. This is kind of an exercise for how do you become curious to the thing that you are. And you can change the speeds, you can use gestures, the things that you do every day. You pick up a bag, you pick up a pencil, you pick up a phone, I pick up a hat, I take off my glasses, I tell someone that I hate them or I love them, I don't know. So I'm using gestures, and the gesture is a punctuation, it's a pause. So just maybe everybody, let's practice some gestures, like, we are, and then the gestures are usually have a continuation because it's a punctuation of a movement. So yeah. So then shake this out, There's something, and just notice how your body feels now. And then what I want you to do is to take your head and start exploring your head. Just notice the shape of your head, and I want you to kind of start exploring the shape of your head. And here you can roll the head slightly, be careful, right and left, and just notice, if how heavy it is. This is big ball, and just allow the weight to travel into the hands a little bit without cranking your neck. And I can feel the weight of my head, wanting my body to reorganize around that weight, just like if it was a big ball. And also I could feel that my hands are adapting to the shape of my head. So they take the shape of the head, and there is a connection there in between. And then I just want you to just feel that as the weight transfer. And then just again, like, center yourself, let it go, because it can get a little dizzy. And then from here, I would like to introduce this concept of a 9, which is, if you imagine, that Michelangelo guy, person? Yes, that guy. Can I show on you? So there's 9 squares. There's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then so you can just kind of relax now. You can relax. So let's explore this thing where one hand at a time, you're gonna reach into one of the squares. So the square is not just this, the square is here too. So so you can cross reach, You can reach on different level. It can be close. You can have a range that is like just around here, or you can reach somewhere and it's out there and it will shift your weight. And it's okay because your square travels with you. But we can start easy and just explore your range of the square. And it means that you might need to bend your hips and you might need to shift your weight to reach, you know, it means that you might have to step back. So you might need to use your body just like you would need to use your body for any kind of thing to do. And just go a little slow because it's like, it's a new thing. And then right now, let's try to do the square very close to yourself. So very close. Yeah. And now let's try to get the square somewhere far where you'd have to go somewhere. You fall basically, and it's okay. Just notice where you feel comfortable and where you don't like to go habitually. Hi. Um. So, and now let's just do this thing where we move continuously. Hi. We're doing a class. Okay. So now let's do this thing where we are moving, uh, and we don't have to keep our feet in one place. So this is where the music would be really nice. But imagine that there is a music, and just allow yourself to have a little dance. So this will, and you're just trying to, if I could say, allow your hands to kind of give some boundaries. So you're just trying to create boundaries in your space. And your boundary can be you can chop something, right? You can chop something in your 9 square, or you can fluff it. It can be a nice, you can put it on like a suit. Allow yourself to kind of give it a quality, emotional quality. So it can be something very gentle and flowy, or it can be like, yeah. And just allow yourself to shift the weight. This is where it's important. So we're going to try to shift the weight and go from one leg to another. So for you, Michelle, just try to move your legs. Yeah, if this is kind of an important thing with the square thing, is just realize that, yeah, you can move your center and you can fall. It's okay. And okay, and now just like allow yourself again to toss this idea out. And what I would like you to do is to actually, let's all sit down. This is the part where we're gonna maybe write something. And I want you to just write, no, first I just want you to think about like the 24 hours of the past 24 hours. So just sit and have a seat and think about for a minute what you've done in the past day. Like, it's like if you want to write, I don't know if you want. But just you know, if you could just sit and just think about it. We'll give a few minutes and just think about what you've done in the past 24 hours. Like who you met, what was it like, what do you remember. You're not gonna have to write it down. Just remember, just go over it in your mind. Maybe just notice the voice inside yourself. Like maybe you're like, this is stupid, I don't want to do this, I just want to look at the water. Just notice that. It's okay. And just, yeah, just a little bit more, just see if you remember the details, like what you felt, what was your emotions like, your level of energy, how did your body feel at any particular moment 24-hour cycle. And then I just want you to kind of bring back that open eye and ear quality that we were trying to cultivate in the beginning. And just even your breath, even the inhale on your own count. If it's 4, then it's 4, and exhale in a 4. And just a few breath cycles where you connect to your breath. Just allow your body to breathe, drop inside. Just even your breathing. And feel the air coming into the lungs. And the environment from the outside going inside, your own environment. And mix in there. And the information from the inside coming inside and transforming. And just notice, how do you feel right now? So, and notice what was the difference in the quality of your mind when you were thinking about your day and trying to memorize it or remember it. And what do you notice right now when you can just simply breathe? What are the differences? In the quality? And this is when I wanted people to write things down, but I'm actually going to move on. And what I'm going to do is we're just going to do the last piece of it where we're going to look around ourselves. And this is like the most playful part of it all. It's like you're going to look around and you're going to look at the thing that you're curious about. You're going to find something that you're interested in around here. And you're just going to follow your curiosity. You're just going to kind of bring your body close. You're going to reach towards, for me, it's this bag. I really like how this is golden. And this is like, and I'm just going to play with it. This is, so I invite you to do the same thing. This is not yoga. This is more of a, so I invite you to find an object. It could be anything. It could be whatever you want. And I want you to just spend time manipulating it with your hands. We spent a lot of time with our hands today. And just spend the time with this object and notice something that basically imagine that you've never seen it before. And so just, spend some time with an object and kind of like disassociate from the story that you know what this is. So I'm just trying to figure out what this thing is. And I'm just kind of using my senses to check this out, I don't know, try not to damage it, of course. But just play with the thing. Play with the thing. Just notice what would you do if you were a kid and you were given this thing? What would you do? How would you feel this thing? Just a little longer. Just like, what does it smell like? What is it, you know, what can you do with it? You'd bite it. It's okay. No, well, let's just keep it a little long. Okay. And now just like make a story about the thing. Make a story about the thing. Just really quickly in your head. Like, what would this thing be if you didn't know what this thing is? And I want us, okay, and I want us to share really quickly. You want to pull it out? What's the story of this thing? What, or like, what do you want to share first of all? What do you notice when you hear Mila say that? That it's small and soft, and just notice what you feel when you notice her talk about her thing. Um, okay. For for me, like this bag, I just want to. I imagine it being like something that is is talking to me, and it can. It's just. It's gonna talk to me. It's like a crab. Like this is what I think it is. It's like a talking thing. Yeah. Um. But yeah, just notice what you feel when I say that. How does it feel when I say that it's a talking thing and it's a crab for me? What do you feel? What do you notice? Uh, what is this thing for you, Maxan? The sun's nice. Okay, well, I what I wanted us to write about was just answers to these questions. How did you learn? How did you what was your first memory of learning? Uh, what was your first memory of learning? Can you feel it in your body if you really drop into it? And how did you learn? Uh, and that's the thing where I wanted to do like writing, but I feel like we don't want to write. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. Do you want to write? No, you don't. Yeah, some people are into writing, others aren't. So what I do want to do is the last piece of it. I just wanted to have a laying meditation. So if you don't mind, if you could just lay down, and I'll just stand up so I can kind of hear myself and just yeah just and this practice is called Body Oracle, and it comes from Renee Seal. And it's just a practice of asking yourself a question and asking your body for information, for an answer. And it's a very simple practice. So we're going to just lie down in Shavasana and allow yourself to just kind of rest into the yield into the floor, into the floor, the water underneath you. Maybe there are roots that are growing from your body into the water. Maybe you're a lily pad floating on the water. And ask yourself, what is the thing that you want to learn in your life right now? What is the thing that you're open to learn from? The thing that you're curious about and the thing that makes you feel alive. And just allow yourself to kind of ask the question and just notice where your breath is, where the air is coming into the body, through the mouth or the nose. Even if you're skeptical and if you don't want to do it, just ask yourself and notice if there's any images or color or symbol that might arrive immediately or later. How do you know that you know something? And what is the difference between knowing and learning? And just allow the breath to merge. The answer was the question. Allow the body to give the information in a way that it does. through a sensation, through an image, through a color. Notice if there's any emotions, where the emotion is felt, and what is the direction of the emotion? Is it up in the chest? Is it down in the stomach? Notice the speed of your mind. Notice the speed of your breath. Notice if your thoughts come and go, and perhaps they're pictures or connections or words or phrases or other thoughts stringing. Allow your body to just release the information for the answer to the question, which is, what do you need to learn right now in your life? What do you need? You already know this. And then I'm just going to be quiet, and I'll just give a few minutes for you to just lay in Shavasana. There's nothing to do, nothing to achieve. Just receptive, open body and mind. And when you're ready, on your next exhale and inhale, just move your fingers and toes and wiggle around, and you can shift your weight into your watery body and just expand your awareness outwards. Whoa. And thank you for letting me do this experiment. It's not for everyone, I know. That's why I thought that I'll have more victims. If there's anything you want to do right now, or if you just want to hang out.